Okay, and the last type that you're responsible for in this class is the cube root family, which again we looked at very briefly at the beginning of the radical unit where you guys had to approximate them, but we haven't done much with it. So I don't even think you would know what these look like. Some of you in, I don't know, this semester or last semester, you asked me what they looked like and we talked about it in passing, but so let's talk about the parent function family of the cube root of x. Remember, you can take the cube root of negative numbers, which is different than square roots. 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going out to 8 for a reason. I'll explain that in a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so to show you what this looks like. So again, you want to pick easy numbers. So if I put 0 in, I get the cube root of 0 is 0. When I put 1 in, what's the cube root of 1? It's 1. When I put negative 1 in, the cube root of negative 1 is negative 1, because negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. Now, if most people were to look at these 3 points, they'd be like, oh, this is a line. Sorry, it's not. This is why I want to talk about 8. What is the cube root of 8? That means what number times itself 3 times gives you 8? And you should tell me 2. Same thing with negative 8. What's the cube root of negative 8? It's not no solution. What number times itself 3 times gives you negative 8? Negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. So it's negative 2. So this is what the parent function looks like. Those are the key points that we can look at. Okay, and so it looks like, it looks like this. I just made it dotted because I'm going to graph this other graph on it. Comes in, kind of looks like a line here a little bit, but has a curve to it, a nice shape. Okay, and that's what I want you to try your best to work on. So let's talk about this one we're going to graph. So this negative out front means we're going to flip over the x-axis. There's nothing going on under the radical, so we're not moving right or left at all. And the only other thing you're going to do is go up 2. So I would like you, I know I've been saying 3 points, but for the cube root function, it's in your best interest to try more. You could even actually just focus on the negative 8, the 0, and the 8. And you could get rid of the 1s and the negative 1. So maybe if that's fair enough, just to make sure we have the right shape to it. So I'll do that. All right, so let's start here. We're going to flip it over the x-axis. So we're at negative 2, so it's weird. We're going to flip up, and it's going to be at a y value of 2. And then I'm not going right or left at all. The only other movement is to go up 2. So I'm going to end up at 4 for a y. So this is the point, negative 8, 4. 0, 0 can't be flipped. All I'm going to do is go up 2. So it's 0, 2. 8, 2, flip that over the x-axis. It flips down to a y value of negative 2, and then it goes up 2. So it's right here at 8, 0. So again, I don't want you to think these 3 points make a line. I want you to remember what this graph is supposed to look like. Maybe some of you would appreciate if I did the other 2 values, so I'll do those other 2 points, so I'll do those quick. So I'm backtracking. So 1, 1, flip it over the x-axis. It comes down here to a y value of negative 1. And then I have to go up 2. 1, 2. Weird. You end up at the same point. So 1, 1. Negative 1, 1. Negative 1, negative 1. You flip it over the x-axis, and then you go up 2. So you end up at the point negative 1, 3. All right, these are usually the most challenging ones for people. So it has this nice curve to it. You're going to come in, and it's going to look something like that. And there's your g of x. Something like that. We'll do one more. We'll call it 4a. So let's say we had k of x equals, with these ones I probably won't give you like 2 times. Well, actually, that's not that bad. Yeah, we could do that. All right. 2 times the cube root of, let's say, x plus 1, and then minus 1. So let's talk about what's going on. This is, you're taking your y's times 2. Here you're going left 1, and then you're going down 1. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, I need to go one more. All right. So our parent function, so we have negative 8 is at negative 2. We have negative 1 is at negative 1. 0 is at 0. 1 is at 1. And 8 is at 2. So that's the parent function that we talked about above. So here we go. 1 point at a time. So take your y's times 2. So this y value is at negative 2. So negative 2 times 2 brings me to negative 4. I need to go left 1. Excuse me, I went the wrong way. Oh gosh, I plotted this one on the wrong one. I don't have you guys live to call me out on it. Hold on. I was over 1. All right, let's fix that. Make it a little better. Okay, so we're still at negative 4. So negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. But then I have to go left 1 to an x value of negative 9. And then I have to go down 1. So I'm going to end up at negative 9, negative 5. I didn't even spell left right. Jeez Louise. Okay, that was supposed to be in red. Really winning on this one. All right. Next point, y's times 2. So your y value is negative 1. Negative 1 times 2 brings us to negative 2. I have to go left 1 and then down 1. So this is the point, negative 2, negative 3. 0, 0. 0 times 2 is 0. I go left 1 and down 1. So you're at the point, negative 1, negative 1. Sorry. Coughing. All right, this one here. Y's times 2. 1 times 2 is 2. I have to go left 1 and then down 1. So I end up at 0, 1. And your last one here, 2 times 2 is 4. I have to go left 1 to 7 and then down 1. So this is going to be 7, 3. So again, it gets a little crazy with these, but make sure you see the general shape of what's going on. And if one of your, you're like, oh, this one looks good, this one is good, this one too, and this one, and then like if this one was all the way down here, you did something wrong with your transformation. Because you know what the shape should look like. So if it doesn't look like the shape, that's a clue that you did something wrong.